Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I've got two .22 rifles laying here today that I have got to get a little practice more or less on. We're not gonna shoot a bunch, but I had this one with me last night when I went to check on my traps and just look around. There's been a bobcat showing up down there where the hog trap is, several coons. I've been relocating a lot of them, but I decided I was going to shoot one of them. I was seriously thinking about cooking and eating a coon. And I missed one last night with it. Well, I told y'all the other day in another video that I missed a crow with this rifle 2 or 3 times. So I've set up me a target down here, and I'll show you the target after we shoot at it 2 or 3 times and go down there and look. I ain't gonna walk all the way down there just to get a clip of the target without being a hole in it. We'll look at it in a minute. But it's a homemade target, but it's somewhere about 50 yards. I didn't just measure it off, but it's very rare that when I'm shooting at a rabbit or a squirrel that I measure off how far he is before I shoot at him. So, you know, good eyeball. This is about how far I want to shoot. This is gonna work. So, this right here is my favorite .22. I bought this at the pawn shop here one day. I walked in and it was there. I like a lever action gun. It's just old cowboy looking gun. I want me a lever action 44 Magnum. Don't have one yet. Just hadn't decided to cough up the money to buy one, and hadn't decided I was really going to justify using it enough to go invest in one. But this little .22 I have shot a lot. This is a Browning. I prefer it over the little Henrys. I know somebody's going to be fighting mad about that statement. What I like about this is it has a really short action right here. I can shoot this rifle and lever it and be ready to shoot again in just a minute. This is a deadly accurate little gun. Even though I missed with it, my missing had a lot to do with my lack of practice. So, I'm gonna shoot it last. I'm gonna lay it to the side because this one I feel like is more about it may be off. This is a 10-22 Ruger. I got this when I was a little boy. And y'all, I got this set up right beside them chickens, and they are mighty nervous, and babies are. And they not really babies now, they well feathered out, but they carrying on, you hear them. But I pulled this scope, it's a Swift scope. I put a cheap scope on the .22 because it don't have to hold a lot of recoil, but you don't want to put a junk scope on there because a .22 gets about as much abuse usually as a high-powered rifle, as in not the recoil, but you throwing it on the buggy, throwing it in the back of the buggy, on the four-wheeler, toting it through the wood. It gets banged and knocked around a lot more. So you got to have a good quality scope. So this is a higher-end Swift scope. This is not a $100 Swift scope. But now it is not a $1,000 scope neither. So y'all know that now rifles require probably anywhere from $1,200 to $25 or $3,000 scope on rifles, and you can spend more than that. I know some of you probably got one you paid no telling what for. This has a 10-round clip in it, and I have had trouble with all of these clips, so it may not. It may get loose in there. But now this gun is scratched up, banged up, but I've had it since I was about 7 or 8 years old. It has put a lot of meat on the table over the years, but we need to see that it is, and it is loaded. We're gonna fire a few rounds, so let's take a few shots. And this is a .22. You don't need no hearing protection unless you know, just one of them kind of people. Put it on. But we fixing to shoot it. I don't like hearing protection too much. So I'm gonna shoot right here. I'm gonna shoot 3 shots, and we're gonna go down there and look, see how they group. Now I'm gonna point them. I got them both. They ain't that, and you have to cock it. This one I got it on safety, but I point them off. Let's walk down here and see what we hit. Y'all see they all are mighty excited in there. I said the other day they was mixed birds. What I meant is I have several different breeds in here. That is not all one breed. They're not mixed bred. These are not. And I do have occasionally some are. The ones that are mixed bred come out of that big pen over in there, and they running around out here, usually running around up under yonder. I like that. Y'all, I can clean all that out from under there, and there's a lot of good fertilizer right there under there. There's one. That's a mixed bred chicken. You see my target way down there? I wouldn't do shooting 5 yards. Well, just to give you a relative, I was aiming at this bullseye, and it's, you know, about an inch, inch and a half around, maybe about an inch and a half. Y'all, I screwed me. Look at this. I got a bunch of these things my daddy-in-law brought out of the plant he worked in when they shut it down. They was throwing a bunch of old cardboard boxes and stuff away, which we wanted boxes to ship pottery. But I got a bunch of these things, just dividers. Y'all, look here, I screwed me a deal up here because I don't like to have to fool with that staple gun all the time. And we staple them paper targets up. I staple them up. So when I start shooting my muzzle loader, I can stick in. I got a stacks of these things, y'all. So I got plenty of them, and I just put me a dot with a Sharpie. So you see, I shot about the width of my hand high. I'm gonna circle these that way, and I don't just make a big circle around them, because 22, you put another hole in there if you ain't careful. And that way, if I do it on the inside like that, if I happen to put a hole in a hole, I can find out where it went, because it'll skin the stuff off. So that ain't a bad group on that gun at 50 yards. I mean, you're not 22. It's hard to put all of them touching each other because the ammunition is just, it's not as reliable as one would like to think it is. And that is not a barrel. Probably needs cleaning too. I ain't gonna lie, I have not cleaned the barrel, and I'll probably clean it and fire a round out. But this is giving us a good idea. So we know that at 50 yards, we need to lower this gun just a little bit. It is shooting consistency a little high, and that is about, we're going to say about 3 inches high, because we're going to call about right there to there. So that's a good, so we need to lower it a little. Let's go up there and lower it and shoot it about 3 more times. I wanted to show y'all all this wild lettuce bloomed out down here, y'all. That will seed out very, very, very nicely. And there's even some more up in here. Goldenrod is starting to bloom. That lower down there, there's a few blooms in it. Right down there. See it? Told you, y'all thought I was lying, didn't you? A lot of pokeweed in there. We're going to get in here and make a video here before long cleaning all this out. There's some ladyfinger and stuff in there that they say is edible. You can eat it. I probably ain't going to eat it. I'm going to hunt a few other plants around. But I'll let this grow up like this year, y'all, to sort of compost down on there. I just threw that in for free on this video about some medicinal garden. I get sidetracked, y'all. Can't help it. Let's get this camera set back up and shoot some more of those. We're going to lower it. Now this is a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. So I don't have a penny in my pocket. I don't have no money, but I got a good knife right here. Mr. Donald there give me. It's multiple uses. So one way's up, clockwise goes down. A 1/4 inch is 1 click, so we need to do about 8 clicks. That's 8 clicks. That ought to be 1 inch. Let's do 8 more. That's 8 more. I'm gonna do, let's leave it right there. Let's leave it right there and see what we got. Now when you do this, where you scope, y'all, don't beat on it. just a light tap to settle them crosshairs. Otherwise, you may find that your first shot's off a little. That's the way I've always done it. Now, I don't know that really does make a lot of difference, but it makes me feel like it does. Now, dog, you're going to have to get out from down there. That old ugly mutt y'all laying right down there. There ain't no really danger of me hitting it, but I don't like to shoot in case something goes wrong. Come on. Here. Get up here, dog. Come on. Roxy. She just laying there looking at me. Come on. Here. Come on, dog. There she comes. Boy, y'all animals is so hard-headed. Now, y'all forgive all my junk behind me. I've tried to clean up, but I cannot clean up the backside of my shed for some reason. I have stacked and stored and hauled stuff away, and it don't never disappear for some reason. Y'all's place like that. If you get the backside of your shed cleaned up where when you make a video it looks good back there, I want you to send me a picture of it, okay? And tell me how you managed to keep it that way and still have anything. All right, y'all, that come down. You'd think it'd be too much, but it ain't. Let's go look and see. Y'all, I didn't mention this, but I'm shooting some Remington hollow points is what we shooting right now. And they out of those bricks, not the big loose buckets. Some people say that the loose buckets is not as, they coil ammo, and I don't know. I'm not saying it is or ain't. I'm just telling you what I'm shooting. See this, we got two real close together right here, but you see how far that come down? I think, if I had to shoot 100 yards, that'd drop down and be below there. I'm thinking about leaving this alone because as long as I know that it's a tad high, I can deal with it. I know that if I'm shooting 50 yards to put my crosshairs right at the bottom of what I'm shooting at, and I could hit a squirrel's head. So I think I'm going to leave that alone. I just didn't need it shooting way up here. See, when I shot at that crow the other day, I was probably shooting way over his head. And I don't want to fill this slam full of, but you can see that was 16 clicks at 50 yards, and that is all that scope moved. So if you got to move like a foot at 50 yards, you need to start adjusting your mounts and stuff like that. Don't try to do it dialing on your scope knobs, because they made to move that a little bit, not a lot. Anyway, let's shoot that open sight gun a little bit and let's see what it's doing before we get bullet holes everywhere. Now, y'all, on these open sights right here, I ain't gonna near about be as good as I am with this scope because my eyes ain't good as they used to be. I hadn't made no secret of the fact that I like to read. And in the last year or so, I have to wear my glasses to read, to see up close. And my problem with these sights, and I done got this dirty riding it around, is I can't see both sights and the target all at one time. Now, I can generally see my target for the most part in one of my sights, but the other sight's gonna be bad fuzzy. So me getting a fine bead anymore is kind of out of the question. But what I do like about this rifle is this sight is not way back here. It is further up this barrel, which helps me to see a lot better. And I got a better chance with it. So it's not gonna be as fine. And we're not gonna do no adjusting on this because it hadn't got moved. I just need to practice with it. So I love this little rifle, y'all. This is a fun little rifle to shoot. And this is the one that I like to grab when I'm going after something. Now, I got a Stevens in there, that single shot breech load, but we're not gonna shoot it today. We may shoot it in another video. But anyway, talking about that reading, I'll tell y'all one day we'll do a video on why I got back into reading, and it has a lot more to do with the mountain man stuff and the outdoors than you would think of why I got into reading. But we'll do a video on that one day. If somebody's interested, if y'all would like to hear why I got back into reading, I'll tell you. And I got one in the barrel. We're gonna cock it. let's send one down range. Well, all right, now to decock out, I usually always make sure it's pointed up. Let's go see where them's at now. Now, if y'all is honest with me, you'd tell me that wasn't that bad for an old fellow with open sights. Oh, one of them flew high. I wish I'd have knew if that was the first shot or not, because usually y'all know about the cold barrel shot. So anyway, that ain't half bad. I'm gonna shoot it 3 more times and see. But that's consistently about that. That's about where we at with the other rifle. Now I had to shoot what you call a fine bead. That is where when that front sight, when you're looking at the front sight, it's set way down in there and you barely seeing the tip of it. And you do it like that. A full bead is when it's up here like this and you line it up, and then that right there would be a half bead. Just to give y'all a little. I know some of you know more about shooting than I do. I ain't trying to talk to everybody like you're young'un, but I do know there's a lot of people watch my channel that don't know nothing about guns. Cause y'all, my audience is very broad. We cover everything from medicinal plants to homesteading and chickens and game fowl to gardening to hunting and trapping, and there's people from all walks of life watching this, and we try to make it enjoyable for everybody so that everybody understands and knows what's going on. And we getting this dialed in, and I'll tell you why I want my guns dialed in. I don't never like to shoot at nothing that I don't know I can hit it when I shoot at it and kill it cleanly. I don't like to be crippling animals up and shoot them and know that they off hopping around. I have looked for deer that I found blood on and crawled through briars and hunted half a day to try to find it, because I owed that to that animal that I shot it, and I don't want to leave an animal hurt and crippled. I'm not about y'all just injuring and hurting stuff, and I'm not out to shoot every animal. I know y'all think that raccoon that I caught's dead, but I'll take and show you. I got him in a cage up there because I don't know yet what I'm going to do with him, and I didn't have time to relocate him, and I just ain't decided if I wanted to skin him and eat him or not. He's a young coon, and I think he'd be good, but I won't know I got a recipe and cook him fresh, but I may turn him loose. I ain't killed him yet, y'all. I know a bunch of folks thought I have. Well, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I come around here, I was gonna show y'all that raccoon. I had him in this cage. I even give him water at him. Well, he poured that out, and he's gone. So we're gonna call him Houdini. That cage there ain't a good cage to stash raccoons in. I know it's got these big old wide holes down there, and that's a plastic bottom. I didn't think about him getting out of there. I just throwed him in there, and he's up one of them pine trees right up there. I'll guarantee it. I don't know which one he's in, but he's a laying right up there on the limb. I just about promise. Oh well. So y'all, we released the raccoon. Not by choice, mind you. It just, sometimes it works out that way. I guess the Lord wanted him loose. But he did not die, so. Well, anyway, that's all right. I didn't really want to fool with skinning him no way, and I hate to kill him and just throw him away. All right, let's put 3 more down there. Just in case some of you don't know, get your finger on there, get settled down, get still, let your heart rate get down. Take a good breath, not the deepest breath you can get, but get a good breath and then let about half of it out and squeeze that trigger slow. I ain't on chamber that yet. This little old gun will hold about 16, I think. So it's a good little old squirrel rifle. Y'all, that is what I like to shoot. I like open sight. Well, I ain't real happy about that. We probably need to go clean the barrel on this rifle. But a lot of it's probably my eyesight and such as all that. But there's one, two, them there spread out pretty good. Oh. So. They can go to clean the barrel and then shoot it. Yeah, we're gonna do some thinking. Y'all, I do like to shoot my 22s, but man, bullets and stuff done got so expensive. You can't just take a 22 out like I used to do and I liable to shoot a box of shells one afternoon. We used to go to the pond and shoot at turtles because they was eating all the fish up, and we had to shoot at them. And in that water, if you shoot at that turtle head, you could see where that bullet hit. And we done that with BB guns when I was a kid, and you get pretty good because you could tell where your bullet was going, and you could adjust pretty easy without having to, like I'm doing here, walk down here and look. And I could get my binoculars. I got a good pair of Nikon binoculars in there, and I got a good pair of Bushnells. And I could see real good where them's at, but I need to mark them because, y'all, I can't remember. Like, by the time I get this many holes, if I didn't circle all of them and I shot one time, I wouldn't know which one it was. I'd argue with y'all and tell you it was them 3 every time, and I don't know where them come from. But, hey, thank y'all for watching. We just do a little shooting today and just enjoyment, having a little fun. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things, the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Man, I'm going to have to practice, I tell you.